Hey, what is up? Welcome to Laughs and Troubles podcast. Today is episode 4. I'm so glad you guys are joining us, and anyone that's new, welcome. And for those of you who are following since the beginning, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it so much.
We do.
So, sister, how you've been? I know it's been like a week since we've seen each other.
You know, I've been good. I feel positive. I'm waiting to start an intermittent fasting program. So
Okay.
I read a book in 1 week to talk about it. I mean, I know you can't cover everything, but I didn't bring too many notes this time, I promise. How about you? What's new?
I've had a chaotic week from appointments and all kinds of stuff. I saw my dentist.
And how's them teethies doing?
The teeth are great, but I do need to get a night guard.
Oh, are you grinding your teeth? Or are you clenching?
Clenching.
Do you have stress fractures in your teeth?
So I have a crown that was put in the back of a tooth that pretty much it like, not, I would say chip, but it wasn't like chip where it was bad. Like it was like a little piece came off or whatever. Yeah. And so they did the crown thing. I kind of regret getting the crown.
They say that
They filed my tooth down, which they could have just put like something there to. It was like a tiny little piece,
like a filling, like a white filling, like what I have in the front.
I would have rather do that. Like it bothers me a lot. My nerve, like they brought it down to where my nerve. So sometimes when I clench too hard and I'm sleeping, it hurts. Like right now, my mouth hurts.
They did tell you though that it doesn't last forever, right?
Yeah.
The crowns.
Yeah.
It's time for them veneer back there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm getting a veneer. Yep.
Screw it in.
I'm getting a veneer back there. I will not, even if I gotta do a veneer one tooth at a time.
That's right.
Then
Me
I'll
too.
do it. I'm not. I don't want to have missing teeth. Like there's a lot of people like our parents' generation. They were just like pull it out. They don't give a shit. Not me.
No.
I'm like when I smile, I want all my teeth to be there.
You know, I've always appreciated my gaps. It never bothered me until I watched one of the videos, and I'm like, why does it look like I'm missing a tooth on the side? and I'm not. It's just a gap. I promise you, I'm not toothless.
So yeah, I saw the dentist. Everything looked. Besides that, everything looked good. They were like, we don't have really any concerns. Your teeth look great.
Good. So the whitening and stuff like that hasn't damaged the enamel?
They said my enamel is actually really good.
That's because you use top-notch stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was good. I have like 80 motherfucking appointments left to go. I feel like an old person, I swear, but I'm doing it just to get my health back on track. I really want to be at my healthiest, I want to feel good.
Me too.
I'm going to be 40 in like 3 years, so I want to feel really good. I don't want to feel like I'm falling apart. So I do see a general surgeon tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So today's Sunday. We pre-film once again, just in case you guys think we film like live or something. We don't. We do pre-film. So, yeah, Monday I see a general surgeon because I have a hernia. It's called an inguinal hernia.
Inguinal? Where's that at?
So, it's like in your pelvis area down here.
Okay. Is it from having babies?
There's many different ways that you can get it. It could be from having babies and stuff, but I don't think it's from that. I think it's one time at the shop. I did heavy lifting when no one was there for a dog. Oh. You know how they were big and they would put their weight down?
Yeah.
I just still lifted it and I didn't throw it in the tub, but I put them in the tub.
So surgery is mandatory?
I'm going to go see the surgeon to see what he thinks, but I want to get the surgery because it bothers me with a lot of things. I can't do planks if I'm working out because it hurts. Mm-hmm. If I'm coughing, and, you know, I have asthma, so I get those really
coughing
bad coughs.
Fits, yep.
And it hurts. Like, it's not a hurt where I'm like, oh, my God, I'm in excruciating pain. It's almost like it hits you really quick.
A sharp
pain. Yeah.
Sharp pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that checked, because no, ain't nobody got time for that type of hernia.
That's
okay?
right. That's right.
Get rid of it.
And then I also went to see Candy Lover.
Oh, how was that?
I went to see her yesterday, actually. It was good. I did the meet and greet, and It was kind of fast. That's the only thing I don't like about meet and greets. It's like you almost have to like go in there, take a picture, tell them really quick, like, oh my god,
So
whatever.
you didn't feel like it was like you had a personal moment. It was just a
No.
quick, like, okay, you're next in line. Let's go.
Yeah. Like,
Was she polite? Was she nice?
Oh, she was beautiful. She's a beautiful person.
Did
The
she
same way
compliment you?
Yeah, she did.
I know
She told me
did.
I was beautiful. She loved my eyebrows.
Yeah, see?
She's like, oh my god, I love your eyebrows. And she's
Did you
like,
get to
"You're just
tell
so
her that
beautiful."
you were an influencer too?
I didn't. I didn't.
Oh.
I told her that I you know, that even though I was like, yo soy más vieja que tú, like I'm older than you, but you still inspire me. Like, you know what I mean? As a person that's younger than me.
Is she? How old is she? Like in her 20s?
She's like 29, going to be 30, I think. So, yeah, she was just like, she giggled when I told her that because I was like, I'm older than you. Like, she probably looked at me like, yeah, okay.
No, because you don't look, like you're in your 30s. So she's probably.
But you know, I still got my photos. They didn't want videos being taken while we were doing the meet and greet. So
Why?
like I wanted to vlog, and I don't know why. I know that she does like sometimes feel a little self-conscious because people do like fucked up shit sometimes. Like, they could take a video of her at an ugly angle
and then make it into something that it's not.
And be like, oh my god, look at her, she looks, fat or whatever, which she's not.
People
at
are
all.
annoying.
At all.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad because she does express on her videos sometimes even crying where people are so fucking mean.
That's the problem with being in the limelight is people, especially haters.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are supportive and there's a lot of people that, are not judgmental, but there's just people out there that are trolls.
Yeah.
And there will always be, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. It's sad. But, yeah, and then I went out to celebrate and I listened to her perform, which she did a great job. I feel like the place they had her perform at
wasn't the best venue?
No.
Why?
It was in Holyoke. It was called Echo. No shame to the owner or anything like that because it's a business and I'm sure that they
accommodated it the best they could.
Yeah. And I'm sure that also a lot of other places wouldn't open their doors for her performance or whatever, you know what I mean? And they did. So, but their bathroom was so gross.
You didn't find Hailey Bieber's sister in there, did you? I'm sorry.
I did not. But, like, the lines, it was long. The floor was disgusting. It was, like, all wet. Like, if people were pissing on the floor.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was bad. And then, not only that, but you're waiting in line, and all of a sudden you have, like, 4 girls coming out of the same stall. Like, if nobody knows what the fuck they're doing in there.
Scandalous.
Like, have some decency. Go do that shit in the car.
Yeah. So, is Candy Lover, like, a makeup influencer and a singer? Or is she just, like, all sorts of influencer?
Yeah, she's a makeup influencer and a singer.
Okay.
And, she's actually gotten so, like...
Popular?
Yeah. And it's amazing because she's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Well, she's popular when I don't watch her, but I know who she is.
Yeah.
Because I know my mom watches her. I know you watch her. I sometimes see her on my news feed.
And what's crazy, I started watching her when I got pregnant with Lucas because, like,
Inspiration or?
Well, you know how I started my YouTube, years before that. But I guess being pregnant and just being alone and all that stuff, I would watch someone because I wasn't motivated.
Yeah.
And she kind of just kept giving me that little...
inspiration.
Yeah.
To get going.
To keep it going.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So she's a positive person.
She really is. She really is. And she doesn't even know it.
Shout out to Candy Lover.
Shout out to Candy Lover because she's an amazing girl. Amazing. And she's beautiful. So, a lot of people are like, oh, she probably looks like that on video because she puts all this makeup in person. She's beautiful. She's just as beautiful. And then, I got drunk because Che kept giving me drinks. He went, our cousin Che. He's my baldy. And, as soon as they see me finish a drink, they're like, you want another one? You want another one? So all night, I ended up seeing her best friend, Candy Lover's best friend. Like, she was in a little corner by herself just sitting there, and I started talking to her. I was drunk, so I talked her ear off. Que bochorno.
Do you remember what you said? Or
Que bochorno. No, I remember, like, little bits and pieces. Like, I asked her how they're, because they drove from New Jersey out to Holyoke.
Uh-huh.
So
Is that where they're from?
No, they're from Cali.
Oh.
Yeah. So, they drove it, and I was like, damn, that's a long ride because it's like 4 hours. Like, I remember when you took me out there for an audition before.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. When my Easy Pass wasn't working. No, it wasn't my Easy Pass. It was my GPS wasn't updated, and it kept rerouting me and passing me through the same freaking, what do you call those things?
The toll?
The toll. And my stepmom kept screaming, "Otro toll!" It was like a $50 in like 5 minutes.
So what was funny is every time that they ended up at a toll, because they left me in New Jersey and they went together to go back home. My mom would call me and all I would hear is, and I'm like, what? She's like, otro toll. I'm like,
my GPS thought it was a good idea that half a second before the exit, it would tell me to take the exit when I'm going 65, 70.
And then this one was so fucking pissed. I could hear in the background, I'm gonna just park this fucking car and light that shit on fire.
Chacho, and go. Fuego and go. Pissed me off. Anyways, sorry. We lost track here for a second.
So yeah, I talked to her about stuff like that and just like things that they went through, like
do you know her name at least?
Tiffany.
Yeah. You say, Tiffany, I swear to drunk I'm not God.
That's exactly what I was saying. And the thing is, I hadn't been out in years. It's been like 3 years since I've gone to a bar.
So your body wasn't ready for it.
No. And I don't be around people, so I was just talking to everybody.
Well, at least you didn't end up on the bathroom floor at the like hall.
Denny's. Oh my God. My poor brother Tito.
I wasn't there, but I heard he had to carry her out.
Oh God, I got so drunk. And this was another time where I hadn't gone out for a long time because I had my daughter. And so, I'm drinking. My brother's giving me drinks. Everybody's giving me drinks. And we went to see a comedy show. We went to see Pablo Francisco, actually. Which, I love him. At the Hookie Lounge, which is no longer open. Me too. And, yeah, mixing drinks. I was mixing drinks that night. I drank light liquor, dark liquor, anything you gave me, I was drinking. And that shit was a bomb.
She ended up licking the floor.
Oh my God, it was so
kidding.
bad.
That's gross.
Like, by the time we left the second bar, because we kind of bar hopped. When we went to the second bar, I was already feeling it. My other brother lives close by, and for some reason I seen him down the street. And I asked him, I'm like, can I go pee in your house? And he's like, yeah. He takes me to his house. I go pee. I'm drunk as hell. I'm already feeling it. I'm like, whoa. And then after I went pee there, we leave to go to Denny's. But we stop at a like gas station. At this time I was with my daughter's father, so I'm like, he went to the store and I start to feel it while I'm in the car, and I'm trying to text him to get me like a bottled water, and I'm like trying to look at my phone, or the letters are all looking at, I was like, but I'm like starting to text, but by the time I was like almost done, he was already back. I was like, damn. But it was bad. I got to the Denny's and the lady's like, hi, what would you like to order? And I was like, water with ice. Lots of ice. And then when she brought everybody their drinks, I wasn't even drinking my water. I was grabbing it and I was just throwing it at myself.
I love how you can just talk about this embarrassing moment. I love it. Did you end up throwing up? Did you end up calling Ralph?
Oh, yeah. So I was, all of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, I gotta throw up. I feel sick. And they're like, okay, so go to the bathroom. And as soon as I turned around, like, to get up, I was like, bleh! She
was calling Ralph. She was like, Ralph!
Yep, I called Ralph, all right. Like, then the people, I felt horrible, because then the people, they have to clean that up. And they're like, if that happens again or whatever, you guys gotta leave. But after that, I went to the bathroom, and I'm trying to make myself throw up. And my brother's friends, they were all there, and, like, the girls, they went to the bathroom to check up on me and stuff. And they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. So then all of a sudden, I lay on the floor. And they're like, no, don't lay on the floor. That's gross. And I was like, oh, but it feels so good.
Yeah, I can't imagine. You're probably all clammy and sweaty and hot. See, folks, this is why I'm 41 and I have never been drunk. Because I get to live vicariously through everybody else, especially my sister.
And, when I'm drunk and Tito, our brother Tito, we're kind of the same people when we're drunk.
You guys are happy.
But he's so quiet, usually his normal self, and he's just like so. But when he's drunk,
his ADHD kicks
he's a whole other person. I love him. I love the drunk him. I don't know what his drunk name is, but he needs to tell me because I love that one. Yeah. He's amazing when he's drunk. Like, all he kept saying when we were like at the bar or whatever, he's like, "That's my sister," because we didn't have it planned to be there. I didn't even know he was going to be there.
Well, thank God he was.
And then, you know, he's like, "Oh, my sister's here." He's like telling everybody he's so loud. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I've never seen this side of my brother before.
Right? You thought he was going to be an introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah. Me drunk. So, yes, Magdalena came out to play yesterday, but not fully. No. That's my drunk person.
Right.
It's my drunk name.
Well, good. I'm glad that you had a night out, that you enjoyed yourself, and that you got to see somebody that inspires you and support her, you know, just like people should be supporting you and the stuff that you do, whether it's a podcast or whether it's Troubled Beauty, makeup influencing or your shopping site. Yeah. Because I like that purse, so I'm going to support.
Oh, yeah. We can show that, too. Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
So these are the bags that I have available at the shop. They're so cute. They're like Crocs. They come in different colors. I just brought these two so that, you know, you guys get a little feel of what they look like. So this is with the little gibbets. These are sold separately without gibbets. That's that one there. They do come with a strap, and then there's like a insert for the other one with the zipper inside, so that way it's not just like plain like this one. That one is a little bit more, costs a little bit more, but it's not a crazy amount more.
I feel like I love this material. It's easy to clean, easy to disinfect, easy to bring to the beach. Like if you got sand in here, this is great, people.
Yeah. So, yeah, these are available, you guys. It's Troubled Beauty Unlimited, pretty much, is the shop. And if you are looking to match your Crocs, then baby, I got you covered.
That's right. I can't wait to order mine.
Do you love when you can shop a site and it's like a one-stop shop? Then, sweetie, you need to check out Troubled Beauty Unlimited. There are so many options. I can't even tell you what's my favorite since I love it all. From their beautiful press-on nails that are handmade and reusable. Yes, you heard that right, reusable. You can also find jewelry that's affordable and worth buying. And if you are into those DIY at home lash extensions, then baby, look no further. Go check this small Latina owned business out at www.troubledbeautyunltd.bigcartel.com. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. I want to actually talk about something that I watched recently.
Okay. What'd you watch?
So, I don't know if you're familiar with Shane Dawson.
Yes, he was a YouTuber, something about like suicide people in the jungle or the woods.
No,
wrong person?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
sorry.
You're almost there. So, he is a YouTuber, and he does a lot of conspiracy theories and stuff. Like, he covers a lot of stuff, and I love watching his channel, honestly. Like, there's a lot of people that don't like watching him because of, like, just some controversies and stuff that have happened.
But who was the one that was filming in that jungle where people go to commit suicide, and they actually got some people on camera, and they got a lot of...
I think the place you're talking about, was it out in, like, China or, like...
I think so.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. No?
It was in Japan.
It's in Japan.
Yeah.
It's in Japan.
Who was that? Who was the YouTuber that put the video up?
I don't know. Oh. So it's in Japan. But no, so that's not him. So Shane Dawson, he actually did a collab with Jeffree Star as well.
Okay.
And I think that's where, like, he blew up so crazy. Like, he already had an amazing channel, but with Jeffree Star and stuff.
What kind of collab? A makeup collab?
Yeah.
So he knows how to do makeup too?
Yeah. Oh. He knows how to do makeup, but that's not his, he's not like a
That's
beauty
not his
influencer.
forte.
Yeah. But also, he actually got to experience how toxic the beauty industry, well, not the beauty industry, but the beauty community is.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that part because I love his channel, like his normal channel. And so they talked about, like, the Stanley Cups. So, you know, the craze about them and stuff. Like, they became, like, so popular because there was, like, this lady who did a video of, like, how her car went up in flames and fire, and
but the Stanley Cup survived,
and there was still ice in it. So he talked about that, and he was like, I'm going to put this to the test. So
he set it on fire?
He set it on fire. And the Stanley Cup melted. And there was no ice in it.
So it was BS.
It was a way for them. So
it's almost like they placed it there after the fire was put out. Put a little bit of soot, the little soot. Yeah.
So, he said, you know, they hired someone to do like their, I don't know what you call it, but like to do their socials and all
their
that
PR.
Stuff. Like yeah, and their. So I guess that they were so good that they came up with this story, and it like got people to buy the thing. So it got people to buy the product. So he got his money's worth. Whatever he paid these people, like they did such a good job that it has everybody buying Stanley Cups because of that. And now everybody's rocking them because they like them, which I don't think they're bad cups. I just think the price is crazy.
Here's my $15 Dunkin' cup.
But yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with the cup because I think it is a cute cup. Like it's a cup to drink in.
For like $50.
Right.
Right, no.
No.
I'm going to Walmart and I'm getting that, I don't even know what it's called, trail something.
I'll stick to the Contigo cups.
There you go. Because it's always with you.
Yes. So I thought that was so interesting. And then they also talked about ice cream sandwiches.
And what about them? No, is it that thing where it melts but it doesn't melt?
Yes.
And so what happened?
So I was experiencing that not too long ago. So Lucas loves ice cream sandwiches. Right. Like this kid will make us go get a box of ice cream sandwiches and he eats them all by himself.
Yeah.
So one time, you know, Nelson got him one from like the store across the street, you know, a little corner store, a little bodega, and he left it on his little table. And when I went back, like, I don't even know how long after, I want to say a couple hours later, because we had left the house actually, and we came back, and I didn't even know he left it there. So when I came back and went to, you know, the living room to do my last minute, you know, cleaning before I go to bed,
it was still intact.
It was still there. It was like not even melted, but it looked like it would be melted, but it was like soft.
Yeah,
that's because of but it was still intact.
A bunch of artificial crap in there.
It was nothing like the way I remember when I was growing up. The ice cream sandwiches
you needed to eat it quick. Yeah, anything. Yeah.
No, so they were saying like the ones from Walmart, the brands that you get there,
stay away from.
They're the ones that do that. Like the. I forgot the brand, Blue Bunny, I think it is. Is it Blue Bunny? Mm-hmm. I think they're okay. They do melt. I usually get the ones from Friendly's. Mm-hmm. I get their ice cream sandwiches because those are his favorite and they are bomb.
Yeah.
But yeah, he talked about that on there, and I thought that was so cool to talk about because a lot of people
can relate.
Yeah. And there's some people that don't know. That they just buy the ice cream sandwiches and they eat them because, oh, they're on sale. That's why, like, me and my mom butt heads a lot when I shop.
Yeah.
Because she's like...
You spend too much money buying expensive brands when you could buy the great value... Wait, I don't want to say that because
when you can buy...
the value brand.
Or, like, the generic...
Yeah. The generic that's filled with plastic and fillers.
And I always tell her, I'm like, I'd rather pay for, like, what I'm going to get paid a good amount of money and not eat cardboard or something that's, like, crappy, because it's true. That saying, you get what you pay for.
It's true.
I believe in that.
You eat that crap, you end up years later paying the price in one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I just feel bad because, like, imagine all these. There's so many kids that eat these things.
Yeah.
And
it's sad.
Like it's terrible. So yeah, that was that, and then there was another thing that he talked about. So supposedly like alien invasions. They're talking about how pretty much like the government and stuff are like kind of preparing us for that. That's why they're releasing all this little bit of things to us, but not giving us every little info, because they're going to try to prepare us for like an invasion as if like they would attack us, but it's not really going to be aliens attacking us. So you know how there's like now they can do holographic things,
AI stuff. Yeah.
Well, holographic. Yeah. They're saying that they were just saying like a conspiracy like theory of like maybe they'll do that in the sky and it'll look like it's a spaceship that's shooting down at us.
Why though? Why do that to us?
Because
to scare us? I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, because we can't even prepare for aliens. We already talked about this.
Well,
we don't
think about all
stand a
these people
chance.
buying bunkers and all that stuff that are rich.
Right.
Like, why? What do they know that we don't know?
I would be more afraid of, like, another country attacking our grid and us not being able to function. No Wi-Fi, no, like, communication. You know, there was a show on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it, but, like, it was the Teslas were being controlled and they were all driving to a certain area and crashing. Like, that was scary.
So Ito told me about that.
Yeah,
like,
you should watch it. You should.
I'm gonna have to watch it. So I don't know. Have you what do you have to share, or do you just?
So
Because I know you every week you prepare yourself with something.
Yeah, I got one thing real quick that I want to say. We all know Madonna.
Yeah,
she's a megastar, right? So she had an embarrassing moment at her recent concert in LA this past week. She was attempting to raise the energy in the crowd by, she was trying to hype the crowd up. And she noticed that a fan was sitting down, and she called her out. And she said, "What are you doing sitting down over there?" She singled her out, and then she took off her mic off the stand, and she walked over to the edge of the stage, and she said again, "What are you doing sitting down?" And then she was horrified because she learned that the fan was sitting down because she was in a wheelchair.
Oh my God.
Immediately, she said, "Oh, okay, politically incorrect. Sorry about that. I'm glad you're here." But, okay, that was messed up. But what I'm trying to figure out is why some celebrities feel entitled that if you have a concert or you pay to go to her concert that you need to stand up and, like, there's people that have medical conditions. Maybe some people thought they were cute and put on heels like I did at the last concert and they were literally dying. Like, their feet were killing them.
Right.
Like, if I'm a performer, I'm not forcing anybody to stand up. Make me stand up. Move me. Give me a reason to stand up.
For real.
I didn't like that.
I don't care for Madonna too much.
I used to back in the day.
I stopped when the whole Puerto Rican flag thing happened.
Yeah.
Where
in the 90s.
She thought she was hot shit and she decided to take the Puerto Rican flag and put it between her legs, you know, like if she was
trying to be sexy.
She was trying to be, but
it was disrespectful.
Right. Because it's almost like I'm swiping my vagina and ass with your shit, which is wrong. Like, you know, we do, like, I don't want to put that against her because, you know, people do stupid shit sometimes. Everybody, you know, I'm not perfect.
Well, I mean, I think that was stupid shit. Calling somebody out on a crowd because you thought she was sitting down while you were hyping up and amping up the crowd, taking your microphone off the stand to walk over there and yet call her out again to find out that she's in a wheelchair and be like, "Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Thanks for being here." It's like, no.
Yeah. No. So, yeah. But then also after that, like, you know, I'm forgiving but as the years go by, there's always something that pops up about her.
Some people are just divas. Like, she's 65 years old, and she believes that because she's been in the game for so long, people need to show her that respect.
Yeah. No.
They're showing you respect by purchasing a ticket to go to your concert, but doesn't mean everybody wants to stand the whole time to show respect.
Yeah, but, you know, in order to get respect, you gotta give it.
Yeah.
And she doesn't seem too much like the one to give. Like, there's been drama between just her and her own daughter.
Yeah.
So you know that something isn't right up in that bulb, so.
Can you imagine how horrified she was when she was like, "What are you doing?" Oh, okay. Politically incorrect. Sorry. Glad you're here.
It could have been someone with a straw and shit on a wheelchair, and she probably still would
If I would have been that person in the wheelchair, I'd be like, "Ha ha ha! TikTok, get that."
Because I just thought about, I watched like this thing on YouTube with Nelson. I forgot what it is, but it has to do with Nick Cannon, and they're like in a classroom. Oh no, it's not Nick Cannon. I'm sorry. It has to do with like a lot of the guys that were on Wild and Out, and like they joke, they do like yo mama toys shade, and shit. And there was like a kid in a wheelchair, and one of the guys said, "Oh, that he carries his legs in his backpack." I laugh so hard at that. But, the wheelchair guy, he has some good ones to get. Like, he hit them back with the jokes. But,
Yeah.
like, just to hear that, and can you imagine just if someone had, like, a response like that to Madonna?
Right.
Like, oh, hold on, let me just get my legs out my backpack.
Like,
so
you had
up.
thousands of people standing out, but you want to point out, you want to single out the one person sitting down. I wish you would be like, what are you doing sitting down? I would have pointed to the wheelchair. I'd have been like this. Right here. Stupid.
I can't believe she did that.
Yeah. I just want to know how her heart dropped, though, when she was like, oh, oops. Stupid.
So how's everything at home? Any, like, plans? Have you done anything with everyone? Or anyone?
So we're enjoying that the weather is getting warmer, that it's gonna be lighter out, that spring is around the corner. So we're looking forward to doing more things outdoors versus indoors. I feel like spring just charges me up to make me want to get like summer ready, summer healthy, you know? So in a couple days, I'm going to start an intermittent fasting journey.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody knows what that is, but if you don't know, intermittent fasting is going a period of time, a window of time where you don't eat. But there's a lot of healing properties for a lot of different medical problems. Me being type 2 diabetic, I'm trying to regulate my insulin myself and try to kind of get off the medications that I'm on with my doctor's approval. I'm not doing this journey on my own. I've already sat down. I've already spoke to her. And I have my machine. I'm going to be checking my insulin.
Right. Like, always consult your doctor, guys.
For sure.
For everything. Like, I always have to, like, put this or drill it into my mom's head. Because anything that someone, like, recommends or tells her that works, she wants to try it. And I'm like, you need to ask your doctor first.
Yeah.
Because, especially if you're someone that takes, like, other medications.
Right. It can counteract. You can have reactions, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, please, guys, always consult your doctor before you try anything.
So in this book that I'm reading called Fast Like a Girl, by Dr. Mindy Peltz, there's 6 different lengths of fast to heal certain things. And so I'm just going to go over these briefly. I am going to read most of my notes because I don't want to get anything wrong. Okay. But intermittent fasting, 12 to 16 hours without food, your liver will switch on and start making ketones. Somewhere around 8 hours into the fast. Between 12 to 15 hour mark, ketones flood your bloodstream. The ketones go first to your brain, turning off hunger and giving you a boost of physical and mental energy. A lot of people get that feeling, like it clears your mind, gives you energy. Your cells begin to repair, detox, and regenerate themselves. Your liver keeps releasing glycogen and insulin stores by breaking down more fat. So, autophagy fasting starts at 17 hours, and you can go up to 72 hours.
Oh, wow.
That's like
a lot.
You're sleeping. You're sleeping.
Yeah, but you don't
24 hours out of that 72 hours. I've done it.
I don't know how you guys do that.
No, I have never.
The longest I've done is 12 hours, and that's the longest I can do.
The longest I've done is 36 hours successfully.
My God bless
Wasn't
you,
bad.
God bless you.
So you get used to it. When you first start, it's very hard. You got to work your way up. You know, I haven't been fasting for a while. I could do 16 to 17 hours and be okay. But if you told me I had to do a 36-hour fast, I wouldn't make it. Because I'm not, you got to train your body to do that.
That's like, is it the people that celebrate, I say the people.
Ramadan?
The people, yes. Yeah. They fast for like.
They fast from sun up to sun down. You don't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is.
So that's like 12 hours, no? Like a
pretty
12-hour
much
fast, kind of?
Yeah. So autophagy is when your cells start to repair itself. That can happen between 17 to 72 hours. And it detoxes inflamed cells from poor diet and improves brain function and cognition slowing down. It helps with aging. Yeah. It kind of like, you know, what people don't understand is after a certain age, you stop developing what you were talking about, collagen. And so it's like, intermittent fasting is kind of like the fountain of youth, where it slows down the aging process.
Wow.
Can't wait to look younger next week. So you have better memory recall. and greater mental clarity and focus. Mm-hmm. You can prevent colds, viruses, bacteria that enter the cell. So what happens is, if you're not really healthy and you're on a poor diet, and say you get a cold, your cells start to multiply and regenerate, and that's when people get sick. But if you're intermittent fasting, like, you stop it there. You might get the cold, but, like, by fasting, you're developing an immunity to fight that cold virus quickly. So it can't replicate. It balances sex hormones, and it brings back health to your ovaries. So a lot of times people can be moody. They have a lot of probably junk in their cells that make them sluggish, fatigued, moody. Yeah.
That's me. I mean, now that I started doing better, I feel better. But I went through, I want to say, like, before last month, like all the months prior to that, I felt so sluggish. Yeah. I had no
energy.
No energy, no motivation for nothing. Like, all I wanted to do was just, like, eat, sleep, and
now you know. Now you can fast and you can detox those cells, get you going up. Yeah. So, for those of you that have gut problems, you can reset your gut's microbiome with the 24-hour fast. So what happens is you get a burst of stem cells released into your gut for repair, and it helps tackle, like, small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. And it's great to do after taking antibiotics, because when you take antibiotics, you kill a lot of the good bacteria. Right. And it also helps repair leaky gut, which a lot of women get leaky gut from taking birth control pills. That's what I learned. That's me.
I didn't start having any, I didn't start having gut issues until I was on birth control.
Yeah. I didn't even know that until I read this book. I was like, it makes sense. We're putting all these chemicals in our body to try to prevent something, and there's always a consequence or a reaction, you know? So for fat burning, they say 36 plus hours. It minimizes weight loss resistance. It releases stored sugar from the liver and fat, and it reduces your cholesterol. Dopamine reset is for your mental health. They say 48 hours plus. You know, some people might feel depressed because they're just unhealthy. But they say that, and this doesn't mean that you have to fast 48 hours every day. But, like, if you throw it in once a month or whatever, it could help you with your dopamine, and then you can feel better. You can feel happier. And lastly, immune reset. They say 72 hours. Your body regenerates stem cells, repairing injured body parts.
Oh, wow.
Like, if somebody might have, like, torn a rotator cuff or a ligament.
I knew that when my arm was jacked up.
Yeah. And it also has an impact on aging cells. So it helps with chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes. So that's what I have for that. I'm going to start that journey soon. And hopefully I do well. And I get all these wonderful qualities that I just read. Yeah.
Now that the weather's warming up and stuff, like you were saying earlier, I'm getting excited to do outdoor things. Like, usually me and Jay, when school's out, we go for walks every morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you guys pick a scenic route, or?
No, we go to Forest Park.
Nice.
Because it's close to where we live. Yeah. But I gotta get, like, comfortable sneakers. I gotta get some sneakers that are, like, comfy and airy, because for walk, like, I hate when my feet sweat or feel sweaty. And there's a lot of sneakers that, you know, they make your feet feel like that, and I don't like that.
And not only that, Forest Park is very hilly, up and down, and they say that you need the proper footwear for your foot, so you don't get foot pain, so you don't get shin splints, calf, I don't even know, strains.
Yeah, and another thing is, when I was eating crappy, my ankles, like, from me not just moving around enough or whatever,
inflamed,
they feel so weak.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll be getting out of the car, and, like, if it's a high car and I land, my ankles will hurt.
Don't talk to me about ankles, okay? Because I'm a big girl with skinny ankles. I done busted both of them. I sprained both of them. And the first sprain took me 10 months to recover from.
Oh, my God.
And the second one was about 5-6 months.
Damn.
The second one, I was just taking a step I was in Texas for my 40th birthday visiting my best friend. We both were turning 40 in April.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before, I don't really drink. I'm naturally just happy.
And you usually have just like wine or something simple
Right.
in your
But
Bud
then,
Light.
but then I fall asleep. I get tired.
Well,
if I have a glass
well,
of...
that's normal. It happens like in the beginning to some people. Like sometimes I'll get sleepy. It depends on the environment you're in.
Oh, it just relaxes me. But anyways.
And, well, I didn't want to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But some wines cause that. They cause me to feel sleepy.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the drink of choice.
Yeah.
I did taste Bud Light once with my mother-in-law at the Big E.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people are like, ugh, Bud Light. But let me explain something. It was like 90 degrees out, and it was an aluminum can. My mother-in-law goes, hey, could you hold this for me? I'm going to run to the restroom. So I'm holding this can, and it's got the dew coming down. It's nice and cold. So I open it, and I sneak a sip. It was like the crispiest alcoholic seltzer water I've ever had before, and I loved it. It was like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, and you grew up drinking seltzer water.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised at
Yeah.
all. The only beer that I can drink, I think it's Angry Orchard.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the only beer that I
Yeah.
can drink. I haven't really explored this because when we were younger, it's bad to like admit now, but like my dad would have parties and stuff or take us to parties, and like I've tried beer.
Ugh, Dad used
Especially
to have
when-
that straight Budweiser.
Yeah, especially when they would get like the big
Kegs?
kegs and
Yeah.
you could spray it. Like I would mix it into my soda.
I'm telling Dad.
Well, he let us try beer too.
Because back in the
before.
day, things were different.
Yeah, once we got like a little older, he's like, "Here, try the beer."
Yeah.
He's like that way, and then you would try and like, ugh. So he would do it so we wouldn't like beer. You know what's
Right.
weird? I don't like beer. I just got that taste. And
I don't drink beer, but I had a sip of that Bud Light, and it was glorious. It was glorious.
like sometimes like I'll go places and people offer like a beer, and I'm like, you know what? I
I'm
don't
good.
drink beer.
Yeah.
I'll take a soda.
Back to Texas.
Yes.
So I'm in Texas. I'm visiting my best friend. We're both turning 40 at the time in April.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband brought us out to this beautiful steakhouse. I think it was called Perry's.
Mhm.
And he orders us a $40 a glass of champagne each.
$40 glass of champagne.
Yes, to celebrate our
No
40th.
wonder you was sleeping.
Well, I wasn't sleeping. I skidded on a wet spot. No, it wasn't wet. So anyways, he gives us a $40 glass of champagne. I drink it, and then we're going to go see some type of tower or whatever. I'm walking normal. I'm holding on to the handrail as I'm going down these steps. I'm on the last step. I overshot the step, like slipped, popped my ankle. Yeah.
Ooh,
But
she
I
said
always-
she slipped on a wet spot. I don't know. I think that alcoholic beverage got somebody feeling a little.
Well,
something.
maybe the dimensions of it was like 3D, like the stairs or whatever, but it was bad. But I always tell my husband, I'm no punk bitch, and I trucked the rest of that vacation. I don't care if I was dragging my leg behind me. I didn't let it. The first time it happened was at our honeymoon in Maui. We were hiking at the rainforest. I didn't have no glass of champagne or anything.
Okay,
It
yeah.
started raining and we were going downhill, and I slipped, and when I slipped, my shoe went under a tree root, and the rest of me went forward while my poor little skinny ankle stayed behind. It just popped.
Stop it! Stop!
And let me tell you, my pants I was all mud everywhere. I had to find like a rainfall to clean myself. I'm glad you guys think this is funny.
All she needed was all those little baby dinosaurs to come after her when she's like falling down. That just reminded me of a Jurassic Park.
I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have made it. Not even the T-Rex or the Velociraptor. The stupid ones that go like that open up.
I love that
spit.
one.
I would have died. I'm done. And that was like day 2 of my honeymoon of 10 days. But again, I'm no punk bitch, so I just wrapped it up and I enjoyed the rest of my honeymoon. But I got weak ankles, y'all. It's bad.
So, did you see that The Walking Dead has auditions?
I did. Are you going to
I
audition?
want to go so bad. I want to be a zombie. I want to be something in there.
But what, can you be a zombie with that beautiful Ariel red hair? Or are they gonna...
There's wigs. There's stuff like
That's true.
Like
You
I was
should.
telling you to come with me, and you're like, "Oh, there's no big zombies.
How many plus size?
Yes, there is. There be in the crowds. You can't tell if they're plus size or not. Like, come on.
How many plus size zombies have you guys seen in The Walking Dead besides that homeboy that was swollen in the well?
A few. I've seen a few. Listen, Walking Dead, please bring in more plus size people on your cast.
The good thing about being a plus size zombie is I don't have to worry about popping my ankle or running. I can just be walking around like,
oh my God.
It's fine. I like it.
I don't know. I want to be a zombie so bad. Like, I think that would be so cool.
I'll be a zombie with a broken ankle, twisted sideways.
Oh, God.
I'm dragging.
She's always going to be known for the ankle.
I'm still not over Herschel.
Me either. Herschel. What about Dale?
Dale, that's who I meant. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scream.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
It wasn't Herschel. It was Dale. It was Dale.
I'm still mad about that.
Too.
After that, I didn't like Carl. Okay, Carl. I'm so mad at Carl.
Yeah.
After that, because Dale, man, I don't be crying like that, but that made me cry. Him and Herschel, sad. I was crying,
especially
like
when
a baby.
He's laying there and you can see his facial expressions while they're ripping out his stomach. Yeah. Rest in peace, Dale. We miss you.
We miss you. And Herschel, same thing. And he actually passed in real life.
Oh, I think I did read that a couple years ago, right?
Mm-hmm. So, I think he was like, I don't know if it was him, but one of them were battling cancer.
I think I did read that. I think it was him.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a great actor. Yeah. But, I don't know. I kind of want you to audition because I think it'll be fun. I think it's something that we could do together that'll be fun. I don't know if I could be serious because this girl, anywhere we go, like,
I'm not the person you want to bring to somewhere serious.
You can't. Like, no. She doesn't even have to say anything. Like, I'll look at her and she just gives me the look and I start laughing. I bust out dying. Like, sometimes we'd be at work, like when we used to work together, and she would just, like, say things, like, under her breath while, like, someone was around. And I'm like, stop.
I just feel, give me a couple weeks of intermittent fasting and maybe I'll think about it. Because you think about it, The Walking Dead, it's been over a decade. There is not that much food to look this healthy as a zombie.
Well, food keeps appearing in different places, and now we're in a different spot. Like,
see, I stopped watching it, so I don't know. I didn't know if I was supposed to look all anorexic.
No, there's like food. They've grown shit. Like, I am loving this new season, and you're not watching it, girl. You are missing out.
I might have to venture back.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
Also, another show that I started watching because I keep seeing it everywhere. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see what this show is about. Love is Blind.
I've heard of it, but I have not watched it.
You have not watched it? Because you usually go for shows like this. So I'm surprised.
I'd rather watch Love on the Spectrum because I hear all this Megan Fox controversy about some girl on the show for Love is Blind. Yeah. I heard that she said she looked like Megan Fox, but like she's getting...
Yeah, people are saying she kind of looks... I haven't seen that season. I started from season 1. Okay. Because I don't know. But you don't have to really see a specific season with this show. Because it's not like it's not like they continue on, coming back on the show. Yeah, it's new people. But I started with season 1 and I started watching it and stuff. And I really feel like the show is like they're actors.
A lot of these reality shows, unfortunately, are actors. I'm not to say that at some points they don't mean what they say.
Yeah.
But, like, it's very disheartening, like, when you're into a show and then you find out that so-and-so is on another show and you're like, oh.
I'm not saying all of them might be, but I feel like they probably throw in some actors. Like, there was one Latina girl, she was Venezuelan, and I was like, wow, I'm like, she is way too good. Like, the way she was, her attitude reminded me of me. But, yeah, I feel like it's a little, like, what's the word, staged, yeah, for sure. I might be wrong. I don't take my word on that, guys, because I don't know, but that's what I feel from when I watched the show. I don't know how anyone else feels, but that's kind of how I feel. It is a good show because I've been hooked. I've been watching it, like, to see, like, new people and stuff, and it's so cool that they don't see each other.
So I actually I was on Netflix, and when I was scrolling, I actually stopped on it for a minute, I was looking for something, and they showed this girl that was talking to this guy, and she was like, well, what's your type? Mm-hmm. And he said, well, it doesn't matter if we have a good connection or we have good conversation. Like, if you don't have what I'm looking for physically, then it's a no for me.
But that's the thing. That show, you're not supposed to be going because of a physical.
This person is on there basically saying, if you don't have a big booty.
Right, they're on the wrong show.
Yeah.
Period. Because they set up like these pods. It almost looks like a storage spot, and then there's like a bunch of rooms, and then, or like conference rooms, and then each room is like, has a couch like here, like, you know, how we're chilling. Mm-hmm. They have a couch, they have maybe like a little bar with things and snacks and stuff that they can do while they're in there. And then there's a wall with a screen, and that screen is there just so like they can hear each other, but they can't see each other. So, you know, the guys on one side, the girls on the other, and they, you know, they sit on the couch or they sit on the ground.
They showed that. And this lady was an attractive woman, but she just thought he was being so shallow by saying it doesn't matter if we have a good connection or that we're vibing or we have that attraction there. If you don't have physically what I prefer, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful. He can't see what she looks like, but it was like a turnoff for her.
Like, that would have been a turnoff for me if I was on a show like that. But I just think it's so cool. And there was one in the second season that I was watching where I think his name was like Shake. And he like picked this girl and everything. But like when he was talking to her, he was like, oh, so, you know, as long as I can put you over my shoulders, like, throw you, you know what I mean? Kind of like saying, like,
don't be fat.
As long as you're not fat. In other words, like, he turned out to be he picked her and he, like, asked her to, like, marry him, you know, and they were engaged. But he wasn't in it for the right reasons. Like, he
clearly
was, like, he said that he had, like, a, you know, like, emotional connection to her, but he wasn't physically connected to her.
That's the problem
and she used to be overweight.
Yeah.
And she ended up losing, like, 70 to 80 pounds. So, you know, she had loose skin, stretch marks. That happens. It's something that happens.
And not only that, even if you get to your goal weight, there's something called, like, fat girl mentality.
Yeah.
Where if you've been big for so long, that even if you lose weight, you still have, like, those insecurities in your head. For the longest time, I had skinny girl mentality. Even though I was climbing up on the scale, I still envisioned myself when I was younger, and I still identified as a skinny person.
Oh, wow.
Not anymore, but I did for the longest time.
I've never identified as a skinny person. When I was skinny, I knew I was skinny and I was skinny, but once I gained weight, that's it.
It was like a shock for me. I felt like when I looked in the mirror, it was okay, and then I would see a picture, and I was like, oh my God. That's double than what I thought I was. No.
You know what? It's sad to say, but I never noticed that I've gained weight until my mother tells me, like, girl, are you pregnant?
Or until
I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, am I really that fat?
Or until somebody takes that, like, unflattering picture of you where you're sitting like a Sasquatch, or like,
and your chin is in like this.
And they're like, I'm like, ew. What dude is that? That's me? Oh, damn.
God damn.
I hate that. We're like, oh, look at this picture I took of you. I'm like, ew. I look like a fucking blob. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Don't do that. And don't post it. Ask me first. Don't tag me in it either. Yeah.
So, just untag yourself off of that shit. That's
still,
what I
but
would do.
Everybody else sees it on the friends list.
They do.
Because we have mutual friends. So if you see a picture of me like this.
So, what you do is...
And then, those people out there that like to zoom in. They're like...
That's me. I'm
sorry. Like, oh, damn, that's Beanie. They're like... And then all you see is just chin. Stop doing that. Just scroll and look at the picture. Shit.
I can't even talk. I lost track of what I was going to say. Oh, my God.
Because you know it's true.
It is true. It's so true. I don't zoom in to look at like what the people look like or anything, but like sometimes if they're wearing something or whatever and I can't see exactly what it is, I'm like, oh, what's that? Whatever. I do be zooming in.
But like,
or if someone has makeup done, I like to zoom in to look at their eyes or whatever.
Right, but like if it's somebody that hasn't seen you in a while and they're like, wait, is that Dee Dee? Like, let me zoom in to like 75,000 megapixels where you could actually see the fat under my skin. Like, stop. Stop zooming in. Anyways.
See, I can't post ugly pictures of people. I always have to, like, I'm very...
So you're that good friend that
I'm
even
like,
though you look good, but somebody else doesn't, you're like, let me crop her out.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll crop you out the picture if I feel like I look good. But I always try to make a picture. If I'm going to post something with someone, I always try to make sure they look really good. I'm like, you know what? Let's angle it a different way. Or, hey, put your, head this way or whatever. Whatever it may be to make the picture look better. Because, honestly, sometimes you could take pictures and, just the wrong angle. It makes it look horrible. And it's like, that's not what I look like. Because you don't look like that.
Right. 1 second, you look like Shakira in one picture. And the next second, you look like Dee Dee Blanchard, Gypsy's mom. Like, there's no happy medium. I don't mean you. I meant like me. I'm like, no, that's a nice picture because the angle's all the way up here.
You're like, I get it. Oh my
know?
God. No shade to the people that, do Herbalife. But like, that's when I used to see a lot of those pictures. It's like people would be doing Herbalife,
I
saying
lost
they
100
lost,
pounds,
and then their picture would be like from the second floor window outside, and they're like this, like it's angled down so far for them to look so small.
On a selfie stick on top of that, it's at least 12 feet up, and it's like Herbalife.
Yeah, I used to see that.
Why don't you take that when you first open your camera and shock yourself? Why don't you put that picture up on the Herbalife?
Yeah, we definitely have had our fair share of that. Even me, like even when I was like smaller, I went through that a lot. Where there was pictures of people taking. I'm like,
and it's not a weight thing. It's just like a bad angle or a bad picture. You know how everybody has like their good angle.
Yeah, your good side. Yeah, I have my good side. That's this side right here, my left side.
Surprisingly, my good side is this side.
It's not looking so good.
And this
today.
is where my gap is.
Remember when we used to try to take selfies and we used to be like.
And then you had to delete like 67 just to get the one that looks good. Yes. And then you try to pretend like, wow, I woke up like this.
Yeah.
First take, bitches.
Now I'm just like, I be looking at the camera, I'm like, damn.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, let me see your deleted photos.
Like, this profile is killing me. And I must confess, it's the lighting. When I'm... Oh my God. When I'm not filming, I look just fine.
Give me a sign.
Take a selfie one more time.
Yes. Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
That's talented. That's good. And you didn't lip sync it.
Nope. No lip syncing.
That.
It was probably a little out of tone because I wasn't singing, but
it sounded good to me. You gotta take one ear out. You gotta be like this.
La 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 la. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So I don't know if anything has been going on in the news, anything new, but I don't have much more to talk about. But I do want to say we can take voice messages on Spotify. So if you guys want to leave us a message on there, I'll put the option below and in this episode. I can't even talk. And you guys can leave a message, asking either for advice, giving us a juicy little story of some sort that you might have.
That's a great idea.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else that they can do on there. Maybe ask if you want
to hear more about a subject.
If you want to hear about a subject, or even to just give us a little shout out or whatever it may be. If you do have a story or whatever, just in that message, let it be known that you want to keep your name anonymous. And also, I can do the voice changer for you if you guys don't want your voice out there so people don't know who you are. That's fine. Any story or anything that you guys want to talk about, it's going to be kept between us.
Confidential.
Yes, confidential. And we're not going to sit there and air that out because we don't do that here.
No. Girl code.
That's right. Again, we are trying to be people that you can
relate to,
chill with, and
come to.
Yeah, you're our sisters, like we said before.
Sisters from all different mistas.
That's right. But I think we're gonna end it here. I think we had a good day.
We did.
And I'm hungry, so I always gotta leave because I'm hungry. I'm always hungry.
Right. but I'm the plus size model here.
If you guys want to keep on hearing about our fitness journey, we're not just fitness, but health. I have like so much to talk about still, like with my health. Again, you guys know that I have the kidney stone. I'm actually getting that. I'm getting it blasted this coming week.
Ooh, you think you'll feel that?
I don't know.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I asked Dad about it, so we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. So next week, you guys will hear about that, and we'll try to see what else we can find out there that's interesting.
That's right. Like, subscribe, share,
not review, rate. Rate us on Spotify. So if you're watching, like and subscribe. It's very greatly appreciated. And I would say if you are listening, because I feel like a lot of our listeners, it's not a big
fan base yet.
Yeah, not yet.
We're just starting out.
Right. So make sure you rate it so that way it hits the algorithm and other people would like come across it and stuff. So
Yeah, rate it, don't hate it. I gotta coin that.
That's right.
I just came up with that.
Yes, you sure did. Rate it, don't hate it, y'all. Okay.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.